All right. I'm just shooting an in-between video. It's Wednesday, so I may actually have time to play an opening round and actually concentrate and actually play the opening round. So I had a couple comments on the last video, which was the qualifying round. So I just wanted to respond to them. So Gordon, why do you use the EM9 instead of the APOC 5 when you don't need the extra topspin? For example, hole number 1. So let's go check that out. Hole number 1. So this is a prime. You're absolutely right. So with an extra mile, your red line with a 2 Powerball. Now hold on. Where is my pen? Where's my pen? It's not letting me grab it. There it is. There it is. Let's put it over here where it's supposed to be. So if I'm down in this area with my extra mile with a 2 Powerball, so that I can get, but I was going against, I think, a headwind, and I had a little bit of difficulty adjusting out the wind. So an APOC definitely would have worked, because on the other side I was using a half a backspin. So I've got a little bit more distance with the APOC, so I might have to adjust this. But I was picking a spot, like in the past, when I've come to this hole, where I've been, is in this pocket that's right here. And there's a rim that goes around it, and I've been right here off that rim in the past. And where it puts me is in between. Here's mid club, and here's min club, and it puts me like in between spots to get to it. I'm not quite at either one of them. So I've been putting a little bit of backspin on it, and I've been trying to land like right in this area, because that area puts me so that dead center to the cup is mid club. And so I've been hitting back just a little bit further. So whatever clubs you have, if you're finding yourself in this in-between spot, you can either figure out a wind adjustment for that, or you can either try and get a little farther forward or try and get a little farther back. And on a hole like this, it drops off so fast. I mean, it's so easy to end up in the sand. And so this might be a hole that you want to bring a really good sand club on. But back to the APOC, this absolutely, you could use an APOC here and you'd have better accuracy. If we look at the APOC numbers, let's see if it's still loaded or if it makes me reload. It'll make me reload, of course. So if we go to APOC bag, pull up an extra mile, we definitely have more accuracy. The one thing I will say about the extra mile and the Apocalypse, especially in this account, I played this account, I really haven't had an Apocalypse. When the club card, if the club card trading hadn't come out, my Apocalypse would be like level 3. I mean, I would never, because I hardly ever get cards for it, but the club card trading, I've seen it in there. And so I've been able to accelerate it to kind of get it to where it should have been, just based off of where I was at. I probably have it to level 6 right now. It took forever to get the Apocalypse. So I'm so used to hitting with an extra mile. And one of the things that in my experience with Golf Clash, when you're dealing with ball guide, this 3.6, so if you think like here's where it touches the ground and it comes down to that point, and you see nothing beyond that. You don't get any kind of angle or any kind of direction, or like, this will give you an indication of how big this bounce is going to be, even if it's just at a little. This one, this APOC lives at 3 for a while. I don't think it goes up in ball guide until it gets to level 7. I don't know that it gets ball guide at level 6, but this right here, being on the other side of that bounce, even though it's just a little past, you get a really good indication of what kind of rollout you're going to get. So on a lot of holes, I'm just really used to hitting with my extra mile, but this is a hole that would be better because I ran into that problem with distance, and the APOC would have been a better club to pick. So I will make a change on my notes. I'm not really used to playing with the APOC. And part of the deal was too, is I didn't think that a lot of people had APOCs in their bag, but everybody's got an APOC now. Because not everybody, but a lot of people have an APOC in their bag. And I did find usefulness even when it was at level 3. because there were sometimes with the curl, it did make a difference. All right, what else do we got? What other comments do we have here? Black Dragon, shout out. KB Chief, Ronnie Gamble. That first one was WTG. Thank you, WTG. You made me change my notes. And I actually put it in red. I'll put WTG next to it. WTG. Ronnie, again. Big Rob. Clash TV. Let's talk about this, bro. Get better. I don't know if there was no punctuation in here because we could put some punctuation. So, bro, get better. Play some pro or expert. Every other streamer is now in masters, and I'll tell you. Let's talk. This is a complex question that doesn't have a simple answer. So let's talk about let's first. I shot a series of videos a long time ago that talked about the elephant in the room. So when you cross that line and you go into, here's the line, and I'm over here on this side with rookies, right? With the rooks. The rooks. The deal is, I think of myself as like a coach, and my whole deal is that I like playing the game, but I want other people to learn how to play this game and get a really good foundation. So I have a bunch of people on my team that play much higher than me, and they're awesome players. They're better players than me, for sure. But hopefully, I don't like to talk like that, but like hopefully I was able to help them when they first started playing, to give them a foundation so that when they wanted to make that step up, they had some wins under their belt. They were ready to go. They got the club inventory, and they were able to move up the scale. So I kind of like it down here at Ricky. That's the whole deal. That's the fun of shooting the videos, is trying to help people get better at the game. And I'm an idiot like everybody else. The first thing I taught my nephew when I taught him how to drive was that you have to remember that every single person on the road is an idiot. And we're on the road too, so that means we're idiots as well. We just want to make sure that we're not the biggest idiot. And so I don't know, I like to think of myself as not the biggest idiot, but I'm just one more idiot playing the game. Thanks for asking, Clash. The other elephant in the room is the monetary deal. So games can get expensive, and if you're making an income from it, or if you're making money off of it, then that's a horse of a different color. But if all of the money is going in one direction, and if you think about like what we actually get from Golf Clash, now I will say that the stuff that's out there now, we get a lot more gifts every day, but they're promoting the Golf Pass, so they get you used to the deal, and I'm not sure that I want to take on another monthly bill. and that's the deal. If you're playing to win it, so like in my opinion, if you're buying balls, you have to think about why you're buying balls. So if you're only buying small packs, you need to buy all of them, because you're getting an inventory where you've got 10 of those balls. You can play that ball on 2 holes in a tournament. And so you have enough of an inventory that you can go through and you can find the ball that works for that hole, if it takes a special ball, or if it works better with a special ball. And you'll have a good shot of getting it because you have a large inventory of a lot of balls, but you only have a few of them. Or you buy $100 packs and you get an inventory of a ball. So you take a power 0 ball, power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4, power 5, and you look for attributes And so, you know, like useful balls, some of these balls in the level 3 range are useful because they'll do a certain thing like that a Kingmaker won't be able to get you there. So you may have to use a power 4 ball if you didn't have that ball in order to achieve the same effect with some of the new top spin stuff. And I don't think I have any balls in my inventory that are the new top spin balls. So I don't have, I think I might have one. Having at least a couple options at level at 5 power. So having a 5 power 0 wind, and then having something that's a little on the other side of the scale. Where it either had like 2 or 3 wind, had a little bit of curl. So you may buy 2 of those, and then find the power 4 ball. I think they had a power 4 ball that was just up here not too long ago that was a 444. That'd be a perfect ball to buy a $100 pack. So because there's a lot of holes that you're going to get on, you're going to have to pay attention to your side spin stuff. So like, hey, this hole only takes a 1 side spin ball. Well, guess what? I bought these 444s because they meet the need for any power 4 ball that I have that's within that range. So if there was some power 4 ball that was, I mean, it's going to fit in most circumstances. So that means you only have to buy that ball. And then find that power 0 ball. And most of the, you know, we're talking 3 side spin, maybe more the way it is now. Maybe 4 side spin, 5 wind. And then buy that one. So you don't have to, when you look in your inventory, you may buy some of these balls in a smaller pack just because that's a situational ball. But the ones that you pick over here could be, you know, there's probably, I would say, more on this side of the line. Would you want a little bit of variety? And guess everything on this side of the line costs $100. And everything on this side of the line costs $4.99. And they come out with these, what, twice a week? So a couple times a week. As often as they're running tournaments. So that's $10 a week times 4. It's $40 a month. It'll take a few months in order to build up a good enough inventory, and you got to parse these balls out. You got to use like a Katana and a Navigator, and you got to use balls in your inventory that kind of match up with the ball that you'd switch to, so you don't get thrown off track. But if you're in it for the low key, this is the deal. But if you're here, you have to do that golf pass. And every time you buy a pack, you need to buy $100 because you're trying to get your clubs up. You're trying to get that stuff going. You need gems. I think you get a lot of practice tokens if you do the golf pass. All right. And you can see everything on that side costs money. And it continues to cost money. That's the deal. And I understand exactly how Golf Clash has to be on this stuff. But I played, like in app games, I played Clash of Kings. And I can tell you that is a money pit. And there is no way to play it low key. So there's no way to play it rookie and just play and have fun and just chill out and do the deal. The way that it is now, that if you want to get your clubs built up, like if you're brand new to the game and you don't have an account and you didn't get an account from somebody, which I think is against the rules. I'm not advocating for that, but come on. That if you came in and you had a brand new account, oh my gosh, a brand new account sucks. But when you're brand new, it doesn't suck as bad because you don't know. So the whole deal is if you learn a technique when you have really crappy clubs, when you start to get better clubs, that technique will become more and more and more effective. Maybe. Let's hope. All right. That was a little bit of coverage on my... It's going to start back up again. I'll do my club card trading here at the very end. That was just a little bit on the comments that were on there. That was I don't know. Do I have my tin hat on? Was my tin hat, or was that my rant hat? I wasn't doing either. I really... That's how it works. Just a dude, man. Grim Reaper and Horizon. I am not putting cards into either of those. All right, that was it. That was disappointing. Nothing good today. All right, thanks for watching. Maybe.